What up? Yes. Shachavit every day. All right. Oh, ew. What up? Yeah, not feeling. He kind of had a nap with me, so he not feeling like lying down and showing paws, showing face. How are you, Cass? It's cooking. Doo doo. What happened in the tech world lately? You so sassy? Oh yeah. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. This is a new OpenAI model, right? Let's check. Be-de-doo, be-de-doo, be-de-doo. Ba-da-da-da, ba-dow. Oh, look, it's Ayla Croft. Like, be-doo, be-doo. Speech to text that is self-hosted and doesn't use net. Isn't Whisper one of those? I haven't been in that world for a bit. Oh, wait. I know what I use. On my tablet, I use a model for reading ebooks. As if I know what Whisper is. Oh, you Whisper. Whisper is OpenAI's speech to text model, and it's pretty much open source. 1 second. It's Whisper, yeah. Mm, Kokoro. Okay, I have one that's installed on my tablet. After the stream, I'll just if I forget, just remind me on the Discord. But after the stream, I'll go and see what model I use because I read ebooks, and sometimes I have it read to me. And there's a model that you like they make an APK. You just install it, and it shows up as a TTS provider, and it does a decent job. Okay, I want to get this AI DJ and see what it comes up with. Nope. In 2024, my mom used my um Spotify for a bit, and there's a lot of desi like Hindi songs. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bow. Okay, open source speech to text TTS provider. Oh, the other way around. Oh, hmm. I'm I'm stupid. Sorry. And I even wrote here speech to text. What up, hot dog flavor water? Welcome. Let's check fish speech. Why did this come at speech to text? Whisper doesn't use the net. You can download it and self host. Pew pew. Old English, new word. Okay, that's the good TTS. Um, after stream, I'll try to find out and let you know. Because like my tablet is doing cat cam stuff right now. Okay, will transcribe speech to text. Okay, so Whisper does. Hey, it'll happen. We're on a we're on a detour. So Whisper is like, I guess, does a bunch of different things. Or am I stupid? I was right at the beginning. Whisper is speech to text. Speech recognition. Yeah. No, I'm stupid. Yeah. Whisper is speech to text. Hey. Oi. Nightshade dude comes in and chooses war.
Chupapi
Chupapi.
munyenyo.
Chupapi all over. You're munyenyo.
Chupapi mo fucking munyenyo.
But yeah. You can try Whisper. Oh shit. Holy moly. Damn, son. 25 watt streak? Oh. That came like nice timing. Damn, son, 25 watt stream streak. I didn't know I had stream streaks. Hello. Is there a good playlist you guys want to play on Spotify? I think there is. Doing? Oh, special occasion.
Special occasion.
Is reset? When did it happen? I don't know. You can. He's more degen than you, yeah. I. What are you doing? Wait, it works with YouTube? That's crazy. Spotify? Okay. Filthy Bass House, okay. All right. I had a good thing you was on 8. You know, if you miss a stream, you can just rewatch a VOD, like 30 seconds of a VOD. And I publish all of the VODs. So it continues your streak. What did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to check what command. There should be. Oh, this commands. Oh, wait. Let me And let me. That's some fake stuff. No. Okay. Up to you. That's cheating. I mean, like, people have a hard time, like, trying to make it to every stream. Like, you're not expected to be. I only pay one person to be here. Okay, how do I? Pepperam. You guys are getting paid? Yeah, yeah. Let's get that freaking. Let's see. Music. Neat. So if I do play playlist, this is a dangerous command, but all right. What? Ah, fuck that. I'm too lazy to figure it out now. Oh, what was your request? Oh, you're all right. Fine. Here with it first of the year. The next song. Do you get your Chrome thing working? Nice shit, dude. Still rewriting it. Damn. And freaking code. No. Okay, what's new? Flagship module. Before every day. It's like what's the it's like every 2 weeks or every 1 week a new model that's like, oh, we're the world's best. Now it's open AI. 3-line Python. Not all of us. Yeah, I mean you chose to do that to yourself. Just use Power Automate or something. Days incels as AI model? What? Oh, what the fuck? Why did I read incel? Only I open Chat GPT. Log. Oh, what? There was Stevens. I'm so cooked, man. What's wrong with me? Okay, this is nothing new. It's just number go up. In a sec. Yesterday, I got to the final boss in forest, but I didn't know I would be teleported to another location, and I had time to level up more. I can play it on Firefox. My Firefox audio gets routed to the DMCA track. Every time, every time hot dog flavor water links me something, this is what happens to me. All right, let's begin. Okay. Okay, we make a rectangle with enum. We enumerate these IPs. Fix it in post. Yeah, I mean YouTube allows me to do that. The thing is, I do like I, me and B score Y prime, but he doesn't like the music taste. I'm all over the place. I don't mind. No copyright? Oh, on YouTube, right, right. Got an Indian see it so many times now. Making out and making a masterpiece like this. Where the sounds come from? This, this type of sounds you think of when you get railed. Launchpad. Okay, you can take in railed. It's giving CBAT. What's CBAT? Ruby and railed. I mean, 1 GB is not bad. Too much? I mean, for self-hosted model, they have different parameters. You can get smaller models. Whisper closed captioning. OBS. It's the dependencies. Oh, I tried running this. Why is this playing still? Oh, why is this playing again? No, 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 no. That's enough. Um, but it took a lot of GPU. It was hard to play games. Let's see. Try. Here was a suggested model. We have more model from. Okay, this is GGML. Do you want to use failing automation ran? First try. Nice. You want to do you want to run it on GPU or CPU? See, they're like all of these models. They're tiny. CPU will be very slow, yes. But this is CPP, so it's gonna be running on um wait, I think you should be able to tune it. No, configure where you want to run it. It's been a while since I've played with this. I don't know. It's gonna be a bit of digging. What makes me think? Um, I don't. I was just talking out of my ass. What else did I want? I used to have like OBS closed captioning plugin, and they've reversed engineered this API somehow, and it used to work well when I was in Canada. When I came to Saudi, I tried it stopped working, and I tried so many different things to try to get it working, and I turned on VPN, and then it started working. So yeah, what makes it? I don't. I prefer not to think. All right. Pom. Kind instances of each variant. We can call this function with each either variant are great. Yes. All right. It has more advantages. Thinking more about IP address right at the moment. Atlas. Let me let Atlas out. Okay. Define enum. Step bro, I'm struct that enum. Structure. Kind. Okay. String. Home. Make a home instance of the structure. Defined it as an IPv4 kind and string. And let loop back be that in IPv6. Okay. Kind type blah and an address string home v4 Okay. However, representing same concept using just an enum is more concise. Rather than an enum inside a struct, we can put data directly when you think you're done with it. I feel like there's I said this a couple of times before. There's a decent amount of resistance to this language because you don't immediately get it, or at least this is me speaking. You don't immediately get it. You wanna like the mental effort that you put into trying to figure out the syntax is a bit of like a puzzle. That's me. And I'm coming from Python. When I look at a code, I know like it's just like it's like reading English. Yeah, it's this it entertains the masochist in you. How you been, Defias? How was your trip? You had a good time. Your IRLs were keeping my workday fun. I hope you had like a good last couple days there. Spain with the SSL, the safety of the language, the enforcement of covering all paths, handling of errors. Yeah, and the compiler is nice. Like it tells you exactly what went wrong, what you could do to improve things. Of property over there, doing the whole nomad thing. Nice. Okay. And what's like the visa? No, is there like a digital nomad visa kind of thing in Japan? Define what you're handling. Neat. Um, 6 months. Neat. Two of my like very close school friends are they're doctors. Like no, one's a doctor, the other dropped out. They're brothers. Um, their oldest brother is a doctor, and he like got the degree and everything. He's working in Sri Lanka, but Sri Lanka doesn't pay very well for doctors, and he's kind of like struggling to make ends meet. And when they kind of saw that whole path play out, they realized like maybe this is not the path they want to pursue. So they're studying nursing, and so that they can become they can do nursing in Japan. There's a strong need for it, and part of their program is learning Japanese. So they've been like on the Japanese grind strap. Watashi zen ni hanku suru doesn't roll off the tongue like the fire saw. Wait, did you translate that? No Yaru? Um, and the other person that I learned a lot about Japanese culture from, Neil Pointer, is Alyssa. Like she's come on chat. I rated her a couple of times. So like that's the other person I learned about. Like she's never been to Japan, but she's like she studies Japanese a lot, and is she can keep going on about Japanese pop culture and the norms, and she's very into it. Yeah. So if you ever do get, if you ever do rate her again, you should like if you prod and ask, she'll just keep going. She also played like all of the Yakuza games early in her streaming career. Pow. Automatically get this constructor function defined as a result of defining the enum. There's another advantage to using an enum rather than a struct. Countryside away from the chaos. Maybe that's just Miami. I don't know what Miami's like. I want to go. I'm thinking like maybe React Miami. Wait, you're in Miami or wait, is Florida in my wait? What the heck? I thought you're in Florida. Florida. Wait, Miami is in Florida, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm stupid. Pirup, pirup, pirup. Automatically get this constructor function defined as a result of defining the enum. Another advantage to using an enum rather than a struct. Each variant can have different types and amounts of associated data. Okay, so now we're making it a tuple, right? If we want to store as 4 UL but express as one string, we will be able to start enums handle this with case, the ease. No, that's not a tuple. You're just defining the enum. Okay. Yeah, common standard library definition we can use. Let's look at how it defines IP adder as exact. Oh, wait. There's already neat. So they're like public. I'm sure there is, but I didn't know they'd make one for IP address. So that's neat. How does it look? Defias or when next stream? You been busy? But like in rural places, people are super racist. I bet. I mean, it's the same with Saudi as well, bruh. Riyadh is fine. Like, there's a mix of people here, and like even when you dress, no one's gonna look. So like tomorrow, ooh, let's go. Like I can't go to a rural area and wear shorts in Saudi. The people will probably throw like slippers at me. But in Riyadh, it's fine. Technically, you're not supposed to, but like no one's gonna stop you. Um, and if you're like South Asian, they're gonna treat you like you're like second class. Uh, yep, yep. And it was the same in Canada as well. I lived in one of the widest towns in Canada, Kingston, Ontario. There was this one time some some people were like passing by me. I had very few instances, but they were crazy, man. Um, Canada is wild, yeah. I didn't like Montreal was fine. Montreal is very diverse. Toronto is fine, but in Kingston, the IQ of the city, because Kingston's very well known for Queen's University, where I went, um, where Northern Lion also studied here. Elon Musk also studied here. It's a good university. But during the summers, the IQ of the city drops because all the students are not in the in the city. So it's like mostly a student town. That's when like the population is high. This is the wrong. This is Queen's University Belfast. Yeah, And there was a bunch of people that were like passed by me in their car and just yelled at me, "Where is your turban?" I thought it was really funny. But I was with like a bunch of my friends. Um, yeah, like all white girls, and they were livid. They didn't understand how I just put up with that. I was like, that is like one of the funniest, like racially motivated comments that came my way. Like that was creative. All right. Can put any kind of data inside an enum. All right. Could also include another enum. All right. Can still create and use our own definition without conflict because we haven't brought the standard library's definition into our scope. We'll talk more about bringing types into scope. Let's look at another example of an enum. Okay, quit, move, write, change color. Okay. Defining an enum with variants is similar to defining different kinds of struct definitions, except the enum doesn't use the struct keyword and all the variants are grouped together under the message type. Okay. The following struct could hold the same data, right? But if we use the different structs, each of which has its own type, we couldn't as easily define a function to take any of these kind of messages as we could with the message enum defined in listing 26, which is a single type. There is one more similarity between enums and structs. Just as we are able to define methods on structs using the implement, we are also able to define methods on enums. Here's a method call named call that we could define our message enum. Okay. Neat. Body of the method would use self to get the value we call the method on. In this example, we've created a variable m that has a value. Okay. And that is what self in the body of the call method. Okay. Option enum. This section explores a case study of option, which is another enum defined by the standard library. The option type encodes the very common scenario in which a value could be something or it could be nothing. For example, if you request the first item in a non-empty list, you would get a value. If you request the first item in an empty list, you would get nothing. Expressing this concept in terms of the type system means the compiler can check whether you've handled all the cases you should be handling. This functionality can prevent bugs that are extremely common in other programming languages. Design is often thought in terms of which features you include, but the features you exclude are important too. Rust doesn't have the null feature that many languages have. Null is a value that means there is no value there. Languages with null variables can always be in one of two states, null or not null. In 2009 presentation, null references the $1 billion mistake. Nil pointer, $1 billion mistake. The hell? Tony Hoyer, the inventor of null, had this to say: I call it my $1 billion mistake. At the time, I was designing the first comprehensive type system for references in an object oriented language. My goal was to ensure that all user references should be absolutely safe, with checking performed automatically by the compiler. But I couldn't resist the temptation to put in a null reference simply because it was so easy to implement. That led to innumerable errors, vulnerabilities, and system crashes, which has probably caused $1 billion of pain and damage in the last 40 years. This was 2009. Parents tell that no. The problem with null values is that if you try to use a null value as a not null value, you'll get an error of some kind. Because this null or null not null property is pervasive, it's extremely easy to make that kind of error. However, concept that null is trying to express is still a useful one. A null value is currently invalid or absent for some reason. Problem isn't really with the concept, but the particular implementation. As such, Rust does not have nulls, but it does have an enum that can encode the concept of a value being present or absent. Enum is option T. Okay. And it's defined by the standard library as follows. Okay. It's so useful that even included in the prelude. You don't need to bring it into scope explicitly. Its variants are also included in the prelude. You can use some and none directly without the option prefix. Option T is just a regular enum. Some T and some none are still variants of the type option. Okay. T syntax is a feature of Rust we haven't talked about yet. Generic type parameter. We'll cover generics in more detail. For now, mean that some variant of the option can hold one piece of data of any type, and that each concrete type that gets used in place of T makes the overall option T type a different type. Here are some examples of using the option. Some 5. Crazy invention, yeah. Let's some char, some E, absent number, none. Neat. Okay. So T, generic type parameter, some variant of the option that can hold, okay. The type of some number is option sign 32. The type of some is option char, okay, which is different type. Rust can infer because we specified a value, okay. Requires us to annotate the overall option type. The compiler can't infer, right? Here we tell Rust that we mean to be of that type. When we have some value, we know that a value is present and the value is held within some. When we have a none, in some sense, it means the same thing as null. We don't have a valid value. So why is having option better than having null? In short, and it can be any type, different types. The compiler won't let us use value as if it were definitely a valid value. For example, this code won't compile because it's trying to add an I8 option. Why? Damn it. Okay, it just checks if there's a value present, right? So I8 with options I8. Okay, I'll figure it out later. If we run this code, we get an error. Okay. Intense. In effect, this error message means that Rust doesn't understand how to add an I8 and an option I8 because they're different types. When we have value I8 in Rust, compiler will ensure that we always have a valid value. We can proceed confidently without having to check for null before using the value. Only when we have an option I8 or whatever type of value we're working with do we have to worry about possibly not having a value. And the compiler will make sure that we handle that case before using the value. In other words, you have to convert to a T before you can perform okay with it. Generally, this helps catch one of the most common issues with null, assuming that something isn't null when it actually is. Still don't understand why we need to what the purpose of that is, but we'll figure it out. Eliminating the risk of incorrectly assuming a not null value helps you be more confident in your code. In order to have a value that can possibly be null, you must explicitly opt in by making the type of that value optional. Then, when you use that value, you are required to explicitly handle the case when the value is null. Everywhere. Helps you be more confident. In order you must opt in by making the type of that value. When you use that value, you are required to explicitly handle the case when the value is null. Everywhere that the value has a type that isn't option T, you can safely assume that the value isn't null. This was a deliberate design decision for Rust to limit null's pervasiveness and increase the safety of Rust code. So how do you get T value out of some variant when you have a value of option T so that you can use that value? Has a large number of methods that are useful. Okay, become familiar with methods on option will be extremely useful in your journey with Rust. In general, this is right up Hot Dog Flavors Water's genre of music to get railed to. In order to use an option T value, you want to have code that will handle each variant. Four-minute lobby. What's the queue time today? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant music to lose your LP to. All you do is win. Doxing. Oh, that's why, huh? Okay. Match. Now allows you compare value against the unit patterns. Can be made up of literal values. Okay, all right. All kind of different patterns and what they do. Power of match comes from the expressiveness of the pattern, the fact the compiler confirms. Think of a match expression as being like a coin sorting machine. Coins slide down a track, various size holes along it. Each coin falls to the first hole and encounters the fit that it fits into it. All right. Coins. Let's use them as an example. Okay. So a bunch of enums. Function. Nice. Expression in this case is the coin value. You like enum so much, why don't go get married to it? Okay. Difference with if needs to be evaluate a condition to a boolean. Okay. Match arms. Two parts. Chat wouldn't understand. Wife, my wife, my wife. Okay. I'm scared of women. Why? Every time you launch League. Nice. Bro, I want to see that 50 Cent documentary. He seems so happy about it. Can start building something substantial to test my knowledge. Nice. I want to do more rustlings after like familiarizing myself with the syntax. Oh my god, look, it's Juniper Dev. So chapter 7. Okay, very close. But he's so happy about his documentary.
Your favorite villain?
My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. I mean, they can call me Curtis.
Great. And is there anything else that's not okay for people to call you?
Don't call me Puffy or Tyree.
Okay.
Will you visit Diddy in jail?
No, I wouldn't go to. Do you think this might be too early?
50, how'd you get it?
He's so look at that smile.
Well, I mean, you know, you're a journalist, Harvey. Harvey, you would not disclose your sources.
We usually don't.
Yeah, but I got it.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt.
Yeah.
Diddy allegedly assaulted his
Where is it?
football coach with kettlebells.
Where is the
And I
documentary?
guess you guys are friends, but you immediately went on Instagram with this. Did he find that amusing?
He probably didn't.
It's on Netflix? Oh. Oh. What's it called? Sean Combs The Reckoning? One season? Oh. Damn. All right. Also, The burnt peanuts intros. Intros are so good, man. The way he starts his streams. Right. I'll be right back. I'm getting a drink. Yeah, he puts a lot of time. It's crazy how huge his growth is for like a brand new streamer that started like a year ago. Where's the audio? Damn it. Oh wait.
Quick 10 bands, yeah. Bitch, I just put up in a lamb. I just put up in that big boy tongue, I don't got no mice. I give a fuck what you heard. You say that you poppin', but I ain't heard. Any beat that you pass me, I murder. We finesse in this bitch and this man. My bitch pull up and buckle my pants. I tip off the drink, I can't stand. I got meals, top of bills by the lamb. I'm on perks in the ass, I can't land. Oh, I bitch, they just told me every change, yeah. I take the cook out the wine, yeah. I'm in inside of the means, yeah. I'm finna fuck out the friend.
There's 1,000 of them! Let's get out of here! My peaks are gonna blow my face off! We're pinned down! Make peace with your god, motherfucker! Cause you're seeing him right now! Stupid bitch.
I love this song. Oh, I'm going to get DMCA'd. One way or another, yeah. Feeling now. Anyone watching on YouTube? Highly doubt. No.
Let's ride!
Yeah. No, I mostly use YouTube to store VODs because it's like unlimited storage, whereas Twitch only stores up to 2 weeks. All right. VTuber and getting streamrolled by peanut model. Yeah, bruh. Like, I don't know if you've been seeing the discourse on the Twitter, but like the VTuber community is so split. But he does put so much effort into his streams. There are like so many different like costumes that the peanut like rotates around, like and little triggers, like when he says certain catchphrases, like, you know, things happen. He puts a lot of effort and it's very expressive. He's just not like, and I don't know, there's a bit of gatekeeping. Like, I have VTuber friends. They're good. They're good people. They're nice vibes. And I had like a bit of coming along. There's no NeoVim config, bruh. I would prefer to not configure NeoVim. At this point, like, Helix is more inviting. We'll see. We'll get to that. If I find myself like doing more dev work and I want like the LSP, everything, blah blah blah, something that fits my workflow, then yeah, I'll put time into that. But right now, I'm not like at work, I'm not making changes locally. I SSH into a box and I make the change there, right? And basic VI is enough for that. Today I had to use Nano because like for some reason when I tried to copy and paste like Python code into, I wanted to make like a Slack notifier for Wazoo just to test why like certain like firewall logs were not triggering a Slack alert. But when I copy and paste Python code, there was some auto indentation happening. Yeah, auto indentation. But you know how many times I tried to do WQ when I was in Nano? Yeah. It like, it's weird. It keeps like auto intending, indenting in like a ladder. So I was like, how do I like fix this? So I like went into Nano for a bit. Take care, hot dog flavor water. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. It has the directions on the screen. Okay, you put in the coin and match one of the cases. Lucky penny. Patterns that bind to values. Another useful feature of match arms. But like, even the Nano doesn't come with every system by default, right? The safe like editor to familiarize yourself with, if you're someone in security, I believe, is just knowing basic VI. You don't even need to know motions, just know how to navigate. Yeah, it's on almost everywhere. You just need to know how to navigate across and like know how to go into insert mode and escape, just to make like little config changes here and there. Patterns that bind to values. And the other thing about that scares me about like becoming too familiar with NeoVim is if I get used to the workflow and I then have to like go to work and open up VI and I don't have all of my bindings, it's just going to like short circuit me. Okay. hold data inside it from 999 to 2008. United States minted quarters with different designs. Okay. No other coins got state design. Only quarters have this extra value. We can add this information to our enum by changing quarter to include a US state value stored inside it, which we've done in listing. Okay. Inspect the state in a minute. Imagine that a friend is trying to collect all 50 state quarters. While we sort our loose change by coin type, we also call out the name of the state associated with each quarter, so that if it's one of our friend that doesn't have, they can add it to their collection. What up, Luke? You Rust. Oh wait, wrong person. Fuck. Fuck. Fucking hell. Oh, of course, in Nightshade, that mod's here. I'm rate limited by Twitch. Damn it. All right. Guys, follow Factor IRL. If you don't remember, if you remember Coding with Luke, he's rebranded a couple of times. He was the guy, and now he's Factor IRL. One of the OGs in software and game dev. 2 minutes between shout out. Damn it. How do you undo a shout out? How do you take backsies? How is your stream? He's also working on right now. He is implementing HTTP from scratch in Go. Right? Am I correct? Am I right or am I right? And take these nuts instead. Yes. What was the website you were using to do that? Code Crafters? Advanced Programming Challenges. Backed by YC. Build BitTorrent from scratch. Neat. What's the pricing like? Very cool. But yeah, and he's doing that in Google, in Golang. That was appropriate for that. 40 off if you use a build your own code. What? $40 off if you use a build your own. What does that mean? Give you the link. Thank you. Let me put this on my Discord. All right. Back to Lysion. Match a state variable bind to that value. How is my Rust going? Slow and steady. There were just some days where like my brain wasn't braining, so I just played video games instead. I wanted to finish by the end of the month, but it's looking like end of January. Goal is to get better than Nightshade, dude. Then we can use state in the code for that arm. Easy. Oh yeah. From state. Wait, how does this work? Very easy? Nah. Imagine a friend is trying to collect all 50 state quarters. While we sort our loose change by coin type, we will also call out the name of the state associated with each quarter. There's one of our friends doesn't have, they can add it to their collection. In the match expression, add a variable called state. So you can add bind, wait, when a matches a state variable bind to the value of the quarter state, then we can use state in the code for that arm, like so. Head, few brain cells bound together and make a thought. Value in cents. Here we call, okay, quarter, and then you mention the state. Neat. Would be, okay, when we compare that value with each of the match arms, none of them will match until we reach. At that point, the binding for state, blah, 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 then we can use a binding in the print expression. Neat. All right, let's see the option in action. Blah, blah. When using option, we can also handle option using match as we did with the coin enum. Instead of comparing coins, we compare the variance of option T. I want to change the music. Oh, is this girl on TikTok that's been like small detour? Oh, there she is. Speak of the devil.
She pee on my can till I pie. She yule on my log till I cry. Got that master's degree, but I'm no Bill Nye. Turkey and dressing, let me learn you a lesson. The choir isn't here, but I'm still confessing. It's the holidays, baby, so don't be stressing. Yeah! Okay, man, here it goes. I'm talking pumpkin pie seduction, that cinnamon stare. Hand me a plate, bro, I don't really care. This is my pie. Yabbity boo ba bee ba boo. Hakuna Matata, Fiesta, Pinata. This bitch needs a fucking pina colada. I'm a meet, greet, eat, beat Bobby Flay, Princess Diaries, and Hathaway.
She made a Spotify recently.
KFC, finger licking
And
good.
it's been popping off.
Bricked up like he's chopping some wood. What the fuck is up, Kyle? What is good? I'm digging in my nose and I'm looking for a bug. Hawk 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no fire, no 10, 9, 11. Ratatouille, ratatouille, hawk tooie, talk to me. Ratatouille in my pants, pulling on my hair. Feel like Jeremy Allen White in the bear. Bush 1, Bush 2, Dick Cheney in power. Mr. President, they've hit the towers. Your mom's at my place. Your dad's not safe. Gonna have him over later and stuff his face. Ratatouille, tortellini, tortellini, teeny weeny, Lamborghini, pull a genie out the beanie. Now I'm vanished in Tahiti. Rigatoni, rigatoni, macaroni, matrimony, spin it like a ceremony. Poof, I'm gone, bye bye my homies. Sneaky like a microscopic boom, disappear in logic. Okay, okay, disappear like where she be. Slippery like zucchini, casserole, casserole, pass the roll and blast the roll. Oh, Super Bowl. Tortellini. Reese's Cup, Donald Duck, I don't really give a fuck. Laffy Taffy, Little Daffy, I'm just chilling in my truck. in my studio. Don't call me Coolio. Might be a little weird, but I'm no foolio. Jorts, pissy
Pissy
jorts.
jorts.
Might end up on YouTube Shorts. Golden showers.
Golden showers.
Raining down on me. Get down on one knee. What am I, a child bride?
What?
Yeah, I'll take you for a real good
What?
ride. Reese's hot like Obama. Don't make me call your mama. Funny like a goat. Hairy like a llama. Medulla oblongata. Ham and cheese frittata. Sun's out, buns out. I'm in the swamp with Shrek. Hey, TikTok, can you write me a check? Check, matey. Boy, matey. Boy, matey.
Yeah. All right. What do I want to listen to? Do I listen to Parcels again? Or you listen to Westworld? Listen to Westworld. Mm-mm-mm. Where do we start? Let's do shuffle. Smart shuffle. Shuffle. How's the DJing journey going, Luke? You write thanks to match and we'll look blah blah blah. Okay. Num. If they're the value. Okay. Sum 5 plus 1. None. Neat. Examining the first execution of +1 in more detail. When we call +1 5, the variable x in the body will have the value. When we compare that against each arm and create a new sum value. Okay. Now let's consider a second call. None when we enter. Okay. It matches because there's no value to add to, so the program stops and returns a none. Because the first arm is matched, no other arms are compared. Combining match and enums is useful in many situations. You'll see this pattern a lot in Rust code, where blah, 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 and then execute code based on it. It's a bit tricky at first, but once you get used to it, you'll wish you had it in all languages. It's consistently a user favorite. Matches are exhaustive. There's one other aspect of match we need to discuss. The arms pattern must cover all possibilities. Consider this version of our +1 function. I really want another Cloudflare outage so that I can use the title, screen title for my next post-mortem review to be There's one other aspect of match we need to discuss. The arms pattern must cover all possibilities. Okay. Consider this version of +1 function which has a bug and won't compile. What's the bug? None not covered. So we have to, nice. Rust knows that we didn't cover every possible case and even knows which pattern we forgot. Matches in Rust are exhaustive. You must exhaust every last possibility in order for the code to be valid, especially in the case of option T. Rust prevents us from forgetting to explicitly handle. It protects us from assuming that we have a value when we might have now, thus making the $1 billion mistake discussed earlier impossible. Nah. Nah. Made room for other $1 billion mistakes. Catch all in place for using enums. We can also take special actions for few particular values, but for all other values, take one default action. Okay. Imagine we're implementing a game where if you roll a 3 on a dice roll, your player doesn't move, but instead gets a fancy new hat. If you roll a 7, your player uses a fancy hat. For all other values, your player moves that number of spaces on the game board. Here's a match that implements that logic. What? Row 7 loses. 3 doesn't move but gets a new hat. Loses. For all other value, player moves that number of spaces on the game board. Here's a match that implements that logic. Very neat. With the result of the dice roll hard-coded rather than a random value, and all other logic represented by functions. Okay. 9. Add fancy hat, remove, move player. Number of spaces. Other. Oh. For the first one, the patterns are literal. Okay, last term covers every other wall value pattern. Code that runs for the other arm uses a variable passing to move player function. Code compiles even though we haven't listed all possible values a U8 can have, because the last pattern will match all values not specifically listed. The catch-all meets the requirements that match must be exhaustive. Note that we have to put the catch-all arm last because the patterns are evaluated in order. If we had to put the catch-all arm earlier, the other arms would never run. So Rust will warn us if we add arms after a catch-all. Rust also has a pattern we can use when we want a catch-all, but don't want to use the value in the catch-all pattern. The heck? There's a special pattern that matches any value and does not bind to that value. Instead of Rust, we aren't going to use the value, so Rust won't warn us about an unused variable. Let's change the rule of the game. Now, if you roll anything other than 3 or 7, you must roll again. We no longer need to use the catch-all, so we can change our code to use instead of the variable name other. Neat. Did you show me the catch-all? I feel like you showed me this, Nightshade dude. Example, right? When you were doing the, yeah, you did, yeah. This example also meets the exhaustiveness requirements. Yeah, your day one, nice. Because we're explicitly ignoring all other values in the last term, we haven't forgotten anything. Finally, we'll change the rule of the game one more time so that nothing else happens in your turn. If you roll anything other than a 3 or 7, we can express that by using the unit value as a code that goes with underscore arm. When I'm, oh my god, there's another lesson. Dice roll 9, match dice roll, add fancy hat, remove. Nothing else happens on your turn. Empty tuple. They aren't gonna use any other value. Who up documenting their wrath? Yo, Yak, welcome. Good to see you, man. Oh, my shoutouts are on cooldown. Okay, but they shouted you out. Neat. We chilling. We chilling. You've been playing Arc Raiders recently, right? If I remember correctly. I is that your streams are like right after I wake up. Sorry, right before I wake up. I haven't been able to come by. How do you like it? I'm like considering splurging on it soon. Gonna move on if let syntax which can be useful in situations where the match expression is a bit wordy. Wordy. Okay, this should be relatively quick. And then I want to eat. So wait, are you playing Arc Raiders now or no? Or was I like am I mistaking for someone else? Yeah. I'm considering splurging on it. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm like seeing a lot of videos lately. 10 out of 10. Ooh. And you're selling it. Okay, maybe at the end of the month. After payday. We shall see. How's life been? How's work been? After this, I want to watch an Expo style. Going good. Super into Magic. Oh, neat. Like, you've been playing it, or you're just been buying the cards? Because I know one guy in software and game dev that's crazy about Magic. uh, playing it or Sleight of Hand. Or Sleight of Hand. Nashido, you know who I'm talking about? Man, this guy's always unpacking a card. Like anytime he it's so funny to see. Oh look, it's Bash. Nail Pointer, are you begin? Yeah. Always. He also has like the card condoms, the sleeves, like ready to like pack everything. Nail Pointer, are you there? If you got a recommendation for like a next post style video that I can watch next after finishing this lesson while I eat my meal, be interested. All right, let's just finish this lesson. At config max. Concise control flow with if, let, and let else. Sounds good. I've never played Magic. I haven't never been roped into trading card games. Is this that like whenever tabletop games are being explained to me, I like zone out, I dissociate. But I need to get better at like paying attention. Started with phone game, then recently started getting into physical cards. Nice. Very nice. The League Riot released a trading card game recently called Riftbound. A lot of my League friends have like going crazy over those. When I playing League, I played League yesterday. I might play one game later. Yeah. But I wanna eat after this lesson. Let's see if the yesterday, what do I play? I play exclusively Sona support. And I don't play ranked. I've been playing on the EU West servers, but after I changed my ISP, the latency went from 80 to 100 and got a little bit tougher to play. So I think I need to go back to playing on my Middle East. Damn it. Load biatch. Execute code if the value is some variant. Then catch all. Matches on an option U8. Yay, it works. Yesterday it wasn't working. But yeah, I like Sona. I mean, I do play other champs. I just lately I've been playing a lot of Sona. I like Lux, Sona, Morgana, Echo. I'll play Echo mid lane. I don't get this. But only wants to execute code if the value is some. Okay, and if it's none? If the value is some, we print out the value in blah, blah, blah. We don't want to do anything with none. Take care. Thanks for coming by and saying hi, Luke. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Beastman. Appreciate ya. Instead, we could write this in a shorter way using if let. The following code behaves the same as match. Okay. And you don't need if let. Oh. It's a pattern separated by equal sign. It works the same way as a match, where the expression is given to the match and the pattern is its first arm. In this case, the pattern is some max and the max binds to the value inside some. You can then use the max. Did you unban? Wait. Bruh. Nightshade dude. The fuck, man? You forgot to unban Nil Pointer. Wait. I was wondering, like, what the heck? Okay, thank God. He's back. Oh, no. He was unbanned. Okay, that's fine. Okay, max blah 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 means less typing, less indentation, less boilerplate. However, you lose the exhaustive checking. In other words, if you can think of if let as syntax sugar for a match, we can include an else with an if let, the block of code that goes with the else, blah blah blah. Call the coin enum, where quarter variant also held a US state value if we wanted to count all non-quarter coins we see, well, and also announcing the state of the quarter. We could do that with the match expression. Euro, okay. Count 0, count 1. Non-quarters, okay. Or we can use an if let. Let coin stay quarter, else count 1. Staying on the happy path with let else to return a value. Otherwise, continuing with our example of coins with the US state value, if we want to say something funny, depending on how old the state, we might introduce a method on US state. Check the age of a state, like so. Year, match self. Year. Then we might use an if let. Describe state quarter option string if let. Pretty old for America. Crazy how old the US is. Relatively new. That gets the job done. All right. Coin. The state existed. Neat. Okay. Else. Else none. I get the job done, but it has pushed the work into the body of the if let. And you could do something similar with the match 2. Let state. Okay. Else return none. If state existed. Okay. How is it different? It might be hard to follow top level branches. You could alternate expressions produce a value either to produce turn early. Okay, you return the value. Okay. This is a bit annoying to follow in its own way. One branch of the if let produces a value, the other returns from the function entirely. To make this common pattern nicer, Rust has a let else. The let else syntax takes a pattern on the left side and an expression on the right, very similar to if let, but does not have an if branch, only an else branch. If the pattern matches, it will bind. If the pattern does not match, let the program flow into the else arm. Bow, bow. Ow. John Paisano. What up, Cash Machine? Having a good day. The coin quarter state coin else. Interesting. Hey yo. Hi yo. So if there's no, how does it work? In the happy path without having significant control flow the way if-let did. Summary: we've now covered how to use enums to create custom types. Shown standard library option. Okay. One lesson down. Okay. Packages crates should be pretty decent. Disturbing things from around cult in a dead MMO. What else? What do we want to watch? Hello, Fern. Welcome in. Good to see you. Just lurking today. Want support? Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you. Appreciate your support. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Got Fern. Iconic Fern in the chat. Let's do chatting, just chatting stream. I'm gonna get some food. I want something relatively small. Where do I know this song? Oh, wait. This is the Daredevil theme song. I got it. Good one. It's a good song. A good theme. Hey, what up, Yon? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see ya. Okay, let's rank by popular. Let's do Dark Side of Reddit. You've been learning Rust along with me? Nice. Are you doing the Rust book as well? All right. Be right back. I'm gonna prepare myself some food. Who do we bully? Actually, dude's not here, so we'll just bully him a bit behind his back. Whoa. What does that do? Whoa. Okay. Oh, slingshot. Oh, you're here. The heck? Eh? No, as I'm the podcast. I don't know if it's easy to follow along because like I'm a little all over the place. But if you like it, you're enjoying the co-working. It's good. All right. I'll be right back. And Ramin Djawadi cooked with the soundtrack, making me feel like I want to watch Westworld again. Right. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. HBO got bought. Wait, who did Netflix finally go ahead with purchasing Warner Brothers? If Netflix could bring the final season, not yet. If because they canceled the final season, and man, like the whole AI stuff that happened with in Westworld, it's a perfect mirror to what's happening right now. That Rehoboam, the big sphere that has been collecting data on all of the people that would visit the park, and that's like the AI data center that dictates everything that happens in the outside world. And then based on all the data that they've collected on the people, they just, kill people off, replace them with an AI. It's crazy. They need to bring it back. Friends, I don't mind it as long as I can maintain one subscription instead of having to have like 7 subscriptions. Looney Tunes, Stephen King, Beetlejuice, Final Destination, Scooby Doo, Game of Thrones, Supernatural, Wizard of Oz. Interesting. All right, let's start.
Last night, we told you the chilling story of a Quebec woman arrested for hacking into people's personal computers and spying on them through their webcams. It's not the only creepy thing hackers can do. In fact, right now, a website out of Russia is streaming hacked security cameras and webcams, including dozens here in
National Health Service demanding
the website broadcasts pictures from tens of thousands of private web cameras peering into the lives of unsuspecting victims across the globe. And like inside a little shop in Amarillo. Keep in mind that someone may be watching you.
Rainbot.
Reddit is one of the biggest forums on the internet today, and as of 2016, the site has amassed over 236 million unique viewers with over 8 billion page views per month. This goes without saying that with all the posts and conversations taking place there on a daily basis, there's bound to be some weird and disturbing stuff hidden beneath the surface and waiting to be found. Today, Rainbot and I are going to be sharing with you some hidden gems from the dark and disturbing side of Reddit. A user by the name of Yay Video Games seemed to be active on many gaming subreddits before a stunt on one post that resulted in him getting banned. A few years ago, a user named I Wish I Was a Meme made a post in the gaming subreddit asking what everyone's favorite mods were for Elder Scrolls Oblivion. As expected, users chimed in with their recommendations on what to install. However, things began to get a bit weird when Yay Video Games responded. His initial response seemed quite normal and sarcastic and read, "The uninstall button. The game is great and all, but God, it is hard to fully remove all the junk it leaves behind on your system. You really need to check out that mod when the time comes to get rid of it. Otherwise, I think Ascuro's Oblivion overhaul is a nice start." Now, this is nothing out of the ordinary, right? I thought so too. A user who since deleted their
What?
account responded with a simple "what?", which prompted Yay Video Games to reply with this: "The uninstall button. The game is great. Ubisoft goes Steamworks bye bye always on DRM. But you oft go work. Always on work DR. Check out the junk it leaves behind in you." Now after reading this, we can assume that he must have been carelessly typing, or he could have been tired or something like that. Still, nothing too out of the ordinary. The other guy we mentioned then responds once more stating this: "That makes even less sense. Oblivion has an uninstall button and it works. I've used it more times than I care to mention. All mods install themselves in Oblivion's directory. The uninstall
Manic
doesn't
or
touch them
something.
as it's unaware. All you do is delete the Oblivion directory." After this, it just begins to get weird. Yay Video Games then begins responding with the same phrase, "Ubisoft goes Steamworks bye bye always on DRM," over and over to the point where he floods the guy's comment thread with countless replies stating that same phrase. Jumping over to another post in gaming by another user who since deleted their account, we can see a post titled, "Ubisoft goes Steamworks bye bye always on DRM," which contains a link to a page which now 404s. In this thread, we can see a few groups of people. 1. People actually talking about Ubisoft and their apparent split from DRM on their games. 2. People freaking out and wondering what the hell's going on. And 3. Yay Video Games and a congregation of other users repeatedly posting different spins on that same phrase. Now right here you might initially be able to pass this guy off as a spammer, and to be quite honest I felt the same way. It, however, gets interesting when you realize the fact that this guy commented this mess over 4,000 times. Not only does he do that, he also formats each comment differently, with some being self-referential, some containing bold, some containing italics, some containing links, and the vast majority, if not all of them, having unique spelling and length. This guy did more than copy and paste, and to be quite honest it doesn't stop there. I had just mentioned that Yay Video Games had included links in his comments, and I wanted to share some of those with you. As we can see, the links are sporadically placed within letters and random assortments of words that all take a spin on his initial phrase. Each link takes us to an image that seems to get more and more disturbing and weird as we go along. Now as we can see, most of these appear to be completely random, and there are honestly quite a few that come off as pretty funny. We have one that depicts a drawing of Asian people laughing in underwear while others standing across from them appear to be holding an imaginary gun. We have one that depicts a person in a witch hat with an explosion in the background. There's another that shows a lady pouring milk onto the ground, and there's another that appears to be a distorted person diving into the ground on a beach. It's honestly pretty random, however it gets interesting when we discover the fact that embedded in one of his comments is this. Now at this point, this seems to be what we've gathered so far. 1. We have an unknown person who seemed to have undergone a change of some sort, leading him to post the same phrase over and over again. 2. The person seems to have self-referential and uniquely formatted comments that would take some time to make. And 3. The comments seem to have a random assortment of bizarre images embedded throughout, with the most notable one being the actual writing of the same phrase that's being posted. Nobody seems to be able to have any explanation for this, although there are many theories that have been thrown around, ranging from a guy who actually snapped and went insane, to a very sophisticated bot that ran the helm of this entire fiasco. Lastly, if anyone tries to access his Reddit profile, they'll simply be met with the 404, and that's it.
You remember that LLM that was trained against 4chan? This was like early LLM days, GPT 4chan. Oh yeah, Yannick Kilcher covered it. And it took a while for people to realize that they were talking to an LLM on 4chan. Mycroft chains.
A user on a throwaway account called IDK What Even Is This made a post about a year ago
And
when a relationship
IDK,
advice
what even
subreddit,
is this?
claiming that she had found a random digital camera hidden away under her kitchen sink. She began by stating that her and her husband's relationship is pretty happy-go-lucky, and that nothing really out of the ordinary tends to happen. She's still waiting on her work authorization since she's fairly new to the US, and because of that, she has a lot of free time to poke around the house. She stated that one day she randomly stumbled upon an old, dusty biscuit tin while cleaning under her kitchen sink and began to look inside when she noticed a very well-kept digital camera. After turning it on, she realized that there were random assortments of images taken in pairs of only her things. For instance, she claims that she found 2 respective photos of her purse hanging on their dining room chair, followed by 2 pictures of her makeup, and then 2 pictures of her keys on the kitchen counter, and so on and so forth. Following this, she claimed that she didn't quite know what to make of it, if she should even bring it up, and that she was completely confused as to why her husband would do this. Commenters responded to this with theories being thrown all over the place. In regards to the photos being in pairs, they suggested that the husband possibly didn't know how to properly operate the camera, and like many people, held down the button for too long, resulting in the pictures coming out in pairs. Also, in regards to the photos of the items themselves, well, there have been claims that 1, he could be doing it to possibly ensure that he didn't get her a birthday or a Christmas gift of something that she already has. 2, he's shuffling through her items when she's not around and possibly dressing up and using her things without her knowledge as some sort of fetish. 3, he thinks that there's a ghost haunting the house and wants to make sure that the items are where they left them. Or 4, he's doing it for insurance purposes in case anything were to happen to these items. Now, I want to take a moment to pick some of these apart. In regards to Theory 1, the gift thing would make sense, however, she also stated that he had taken pictures of her keys, which essentially voids this claim. Theory 2, while weird as shit, could be a sensible one with the husband ensuring that he leaves her used items where they initially were. However, if he was actually doing this and depending on how big he is, then she most likely would have noticed her things being stretched or maybe her makeup being used, so to be quite honest, this seems unlikely. Regarding theory number 3, I honestly think it's silly. First off, why the hell would he hide these photos from his wife, and also if there was actually something weird going on in the house, the wife would most definitely have noticed since she seems to be the one that's home most of the time anyway. Lastly, with number 4 being the most logical and least extreme theory, once again, why would he be compelled to hide the camera in a dusty biscuit tin under the sink without telling his wife? It just
After
doesn't
the video?
add up, and it left a lot
Okay.
of people, including myself, confused and intrigued. All in all, she hasn't been heard from since she never returned to follow up on the story. It's all pretty sketchy, and I'm still curious exactly what this guy was doing with all those pictures and what he could have been hiding.
A user named Poisoned by Mom used a throwaway account to make a post in the Off My Chest subreddit claiming that he believed that he was being poisoned by his own mother. He walked us through his backstory, claiming that since he had become an adult, his mother had become extremely manipulative and was completely against him moving out of the house and getting on his feet. He stated that he originally landed a job as a line cook, with his parents constantly reminding him that they're against it. Fast forward, and he eventually left due to health reasons, and after this, got another job as a computer programmer. He claims that while he had this job, his mother and sister had become very hostile, which eventually led to him moving out of the house to live on his own. After working for the programming company for a short while, they eventually let him go, which forced him to have to move back home.
I would prefer cubicles like that
he claims that
over
seemed to go well
open
until he began
concept.
getting calls from recruiters, which led them to become hostile.
To be
once
honest.
again. They began throwing remarks at him along the lines of the idea
Open
that he
floor
didn't
or
like them
whatever.
anymore, and that he hated them. It was super manipulative stuff. Eventually, he landed the gig at the programming company.
I don't
once
like
more,
this.
And the day before he was scheduled to move out, his mother randomly gave him 2 ramen noodle cups and various other food items to eat while he was away. He knew that she knew that he didn't have any money, so that's why he initially assumed that she was actually somewhat helping him out, all hostility aside. After his first day at his
Stole
new
our
job
old
in
style,
Paris,
nice.
he ate one of the cups of ramen and began to feel ill. He stated that he felt this way before after his sister once fed him something bad a few years prior. He said he felt weak, lightheaded, and short of breath. Even more interestingly, his mother kept following up with him to ensure that he ate the ramen. This eventually led him to believe that, through researching on the internet, he was poisoned by his own mother with cyanide, since most of the symptoms that he was experiencing were the exact same as what he found online, and also due to the fact that his mother was eerily adamant on him eating his ramen.
I did too.
He went forward and bought a cyanide test kit online and posted his results, which appear to have come up positive. He then ended his post with a statement saying that he's going to call the cops and never talk to his family again, followed with an update that the authorities unfortunately couldn't do much with his kit since it was open. A few months later, he posted another update claiming that he was living out of a cheap motel in Kansas and that apparently his mother had somehow found him and called the motel. She asked if she could speak with him, and the motel refused to give her his information since she couldn't prove that she was his mother.
You can kind of like personalize your cube, give it your own, your own touch, add your personality to it.
While at the bus stop, he noticed a strange and random car with the driver wearing an ominous black hood. Thinking back, he remembered that his mother had once told him that if she visited him, she would be in a rental car, and so he assumed that this was his mother dressed pretty strangely. After catching a glimpse of her face, he knew for sure that it was her, and she kept signaling for him to come closer to her, and that she only wanted a hug. He quickly refused, and proceeded to take another bus to his job, as she knows where his usual stop is now. After this, he then closed his last post by asking for advice, and if there are any other programming job openings around the area, in hopes of being able to move. His very last update was in a comment with him claiming that he did in fact find another job, and is now living out of state in much better health. The creepiest part about this entire story is the fact that his mother, his own flesh and blood, attempted to manipulate him into staying home and living with her and her husband indefinitely. Generally, the very premise of someone's child getting on their feet and growing up as an adult is usually applauded by the parents. However, as we can see with our victim, this was definitely not the case. Furthermore, the fact that his own mother poisoned him for being successful and having the ability to move out on his own is astonishing to me. It's one thing to be disappointed and manipulative toward your child, however it's a completely different story when you come to determine the fact that they attempted to kill him. With proper evidence, this family could be put in prison or jail. However, due to the unfortunate circumstances surrounding this, our victim can do nothing but cut them off and live his own separate life entirely.
Controllable webcams.
There's a subreddit called Controllable Webcams, where users can post direct links to accessible, unsecured, and vulnerable Wi-Fi cameras. This subreddit alone has 36,000 subscribers, and most of them seem to be active users. The posts range anywhere from public surveillance camera feeds
You can
to
easily find
Wi-Fi cameras of random stuff,
these
ranging
using
anywhere from
Shodan,
people as they sleep to as far as watching them go about their daily
like a
lives.
search engine for IoT. You just
There are
put the
many
right filters
websites that are
in.
linked to this subreddit, with a notable one being the Nestcam directory.
Yeah, the
The Nestcam
Shodan.io.
directory is essentially a compilation of live, vulnerable in-home Wi-Fi cameras that have been tapped into and submitted to the site. On this site in particular, we have the means to tap into feeds displaying backyards, churches, and even bedrooms, all in real time. Now, if you're not familiar with Nestcam, they're one of the top sellers of in-home Wi-Fi cameras, and if you don't know what the hell you're doing when you set it up, you can easily leave open a loophole that would allow you to be watched through the many, many directories that exist on both the surface and deep web, much like this one. The amount of people that are being watched through these directories without their knowledge is outrageous, and the problem really exists solely due to a disconnect of information between the internet provider, the Wi-Fi camera manufacturer, and simple user ignorance. Also, around the web exist many claims from users that claim to have an addiction to watching these webcams without the victim's knowledge. One user, for instance, made a claim that he indeed felt guilty about spying on people that have cameras set up all over their home, and even went as far to say that he felt morally that he should probably reach out to these people and let them know that their entire lives are being broadcast to the world. However, after some thought, he asked himself, why? The fun would be over.
The fuck?
It is without a doubt creepy shit, and it makes you think just what the hell people are thinking when they do these sorts of things. This Reddit community, however, is just a tiny implication of a much
No,
larger
it's still up.
following that
They should
exists on
have.
the
They
internet
should
today.
close.
There are, in fact, many
Subreddits
more
like
hidden
these.
websites and directories out there that have surprisingly large user bases. If you do any sort of digging on the subject,
Awesome,
you'll be
it's a-
shocked at just how much
Yeah.
you can really find out there. All in all, people tend to forget that anytime you use your phone, a camera is being centered upon your face, and this could be tapped into at any time. The same goes for your laptop and any other smart device that you may own. You can't be too safe these days, and if you've ever made fun of someone who has their laptop cameras covered or anything like that, I'd think about that for a minute and consider the fact that you could someday stumble upon a feed of yourself somewhere out there.
As we said before, Reddit is one of the largest forums on the internet today, and like we just discussed, there's clearly a disturbing and dark side to the site. We hope you all enjoyed this, and
Your
I want to give a
webcams?
very huge and special thank you to Rainbot for
I wish
joining me
they'd
in this
leave
project.
like a little
Be sure to
shutter
go over to
for
her channel as well and give her some
mobiles.
love, and a big thank you also. Anyway, like always, keep
Like a
throwing me
physical
creepy
shutter?
suggestions of videos, internet posts, and websites, and I'll be sure to look into them. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and once again,
Soft switches for camera mic matter on the phone. For camera mic? I'm sorry, I don't think I understand the question. Do they matter? Like software switches? Like, not sure I follow. Like, yeah, they matter. If on the iPhone, the indicator light now, it's good. You can tell when it's being used. Nice. Toggle the camera mic off for, oh, like on the permissions. Yeah, but like, if it's a software-based one, I don't know, like, you know, it can still be bypassed, possibly. I don't know how good of a job SE, I think it would be SE Android, if it's on Android. Is it that's what it can, if it's rooted? Okay, yeah. Yeah, if it's rooted, it can. Personal user, yeah. Well, 0 days on Android scares me a little. I guess, no, it does scare me a little less than 0 days on iPhones, because there's so many different variations of like Android phones, right? So it's going to like affect a specific like model. That's not like, not everyone's using the same, but for iPhone, it's like the same OS across like 5 devices that are currently being used, and you can target a large user base within a short period of time. Okay, is this the one you sent me? Yes. State your value, return an unsigned 8-bit int. If state is old, return state's pretty old. Wait. Okay. An enum of state, bunch of states, an implementation of the state. Function is old, return a boolean. Match the state. If it's New York or Virginia, then yeah, it's old. Catch all, it's not old. Kind of mash out current state covered in letters. Okay. Then implementation of coin. Coin, match these, state is pretty old. Catch all for quarter that doesn't have a state, right? Or every other state. No. What? Coin, quarter, state. Okay, catch all like without a state. State that is an old. Okay, and this is okay. This is a catch for a state if this returns true. Okay. State is pretty old. And then if it doesn't return true, that's interesting. So enum state. Okay, let coin state New York. If coin value, let coin value, get coin value, there it is. Print value, coin value. State Alaska. State is pretty old. 25. Neat. Just that those items are never constructed. Right, okay. Neat. Not feeling bleak today. We shall bonk. I want to do calcium again and try to get the boss. You enjoyed. Damn it. Fucking close. What are you up to, Nice? Dude, still working on that script? Damn. Let's play something upbeat. And just see what the DJ has recommended. A dice. All right, let's give it a shot. I feel like it's so too early for a magnet. Should I get a fire staff? I want a revolver. That's fine, let's get it. Can be manually aimed. Alright, let's get sniper. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Extra jump, yeah. Projectile count, projectile speed count. Yeah, let's go that way. God damn it. Oh my god. Nobody can afford. Bro, I literally refunded everything. How do you not have? Oh my god, no, not shit, dude. Eleven, 111. Nightshade dude, why is Nilponder still banned? I tried unbanning him. I love this song. He's saying that it's still banned. I guess it's a glitch. It works now? Yeah, I think he's back. That's weird. Free now. But it's just for Nilponder, I was watching an expo video. The guy was probably like wanting. I know he likes those that stuff. Okay, let me bring down the price. The Louis. Pam. That is so bad. Did you see S fans mass unban all? 700,000 people banned across his channel. And he was doing unban requests and he was like, damn it, I can't go through all of this. So he ran like a mass unban script or tool. Let's get damage. S-Fand. SFAN TTV, and he unbanned everyone. But it took like around 13-ish hours to go through everyone. So he had like a loop of him like pretending to like manually unban everyone, like he's locked in drinking energy drinks. How are you, Sarge? Oh no. Mother's music. Crit damage. Get some work before end of stream, you know, your typical 85 on a pat. No, oh no, 85 requests before end of stream. What do you mean, before end of my stream? Or are you live right now? Or you're not? Whoa. I really like how your type end of sprint. Oh, I really like how your mic sounds. Oh, Zach Bus is on. Maybe I can. He's back from his vacation. Maybe I raid him. We shall see. Who else is up on? Crit chance. New one, and it took a few hours to get settings right. Do you have like VSTs that you use in particular that you like? Precision tome, golden tome. Like I'm not good at like OBS stuff, and one VST for each. Oh, all default. Okay. Neat. Nova, yeah, I'm using one of those. I have. Let me show you. I have Slick EQ. I pretty much copied like this YouTuber's configs. Gotta get that pirate software. Then Nova. And Kotelnikov. Not making deepness, right. But like I spoke to him in person. That's what he sounds like. So I don't know. Maybe just like he actually did have a second puberty. He uses a VST in person. Then it's just like an OBS expander. And the final one is this wider, which I like. It's pretty neat. Like, you see the difference. Ooh, wider. La. We'll bring it at 40. It's just that when I hear myself and I tweak these, it just like throws me off. I need to put more time into improving. Ow. Ow. I'll go straight ahead. This dice is pretty neat. Please don't go. My lovely. HP regen, silver gain. Let's get some armor. You don't know where to go. I love you so. You don't go, you don't go. I love you so, I love you so. You don't go, you don't go. I love you so, I love you so. Shield tome? No, I need I love you so, I love you so. I need projectile count tome. The grid. Let's banish size. Ah. My God. Chills. Literal chills. Bow bow. Bow dow dow. No. Bow down. Evasion, silver, XP. Let's. No, I need lifesteal. And gym sauce. Pew, 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 pew. You're only going backwards. Whoa, whoa. Pickup range. Attack speed. Let's get shield. Didn't I get a shield before? What happened? Going off the rails on a crazy train. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Let's go to Shady Guy. See what he has for us. Mm,
Verdinad is one.
conclusive proof. All right. All right. We'll check it. Thank you. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Okay, let's get the credit card. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Shall I increase difficulty? Yeah, fine. Ooh, 2 shrines same time. Crit chance. Going on the rails on a crazy train. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Increased rewards. Alright. How much time do I have? Ooh, 56. Oh, I know this song. Okay, on the right. First I go straight ahead. Power up multiplier. On my left, straight up ahead. Okay. What's down here? Ooh. No! Okay, let's try out thorns. No, no lifesteal. I guess it's HP regen. Bone. Will bring up HP regen. Thunder mitts. Clap cheeks hard. Okay. Gold gain, XP gain, attack speed. Okay. Pretty much got all the shrines. On the right, there's something. Let's try that. Nori, what's cooking, buddy? How are ya? Oh, wrong right. Finally, you catch a stream. Do you end work early today? Oh, magnet. Work from home today. Nice. What does your work from home policy look like? Do you have like a 3-day, 4-day work from the office week? Never beat. You have to keep playing and unlock things. It's not easy at the start. 2 times in off. Oh my god, that's so blessed. I'm jealous. Holy moly. I have to go 5 times a week. I get 2.5 work from home days a month that I can use anytime. Like 2 days and a half day. Yeah. Kinda ass. Okay, let's not waste time and try to get the... I'm gonna make it hard. Let's see, 3 little barks with the bounces. Oh, should be relatively easy. We got it. 25 seconds. Can I do it? I like how he kick flips. That's what you said? What did you say? I'm gonna make it hard. Also, always pick skate skull. Calcium. Projectile bounces. Sniper. Damage. Here, let's see the sniper. Oh, we finished. Damage tome. Pressing clear HP regen. Let's go. Okay, now you just dropped 1 chest? Or am I blind? This unlocks on chests. I have time. I have decent bounce. Anime ringtone. This song is just on autoplay. Pink on the map. Bruh. That's so far. It's like a big risk. I can't. Or should it be decent? Should I go for it? Should I risk it? Fine, let's risk it. All right. No, 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 no. Wait. Fuck. Let's watch that video. Yeah, it was a good one. You motherfucker. Nightshade, dude, you told me about the pink. Yeah. This dude not.
Many people think this is a joke, but with all the evidence I've gathered, I guarantee Danny is sitting back in his $153.45 dusty, crusty, musty gaming chair, glucking down 3 liters of milk whilst laughing at all these idiots who still haven't.
That was a good run, though. Yeah.
When I first heard the theory that
Volume's low?
Danny, I was skeptical. But the more evidence I see, the more undeniable it becomes. To the point where I can say with 100% certainty that there are 3 possible conclusions. And the least far-fetched conclusion is that Vedinad
is it better now?
Actually Danny. For starters, if you don't know who Vedinad...
The lore, so... This guy keeps denying that he's Danny. And Danny is like a well-known indie game dev.
He is a game dev YouTuber who recently popped up out of absolutely nowhere. They just released their first game, Megabonk, on Steam, which is currently receiving tons of hype, since there's a decent amount of YouTubers covering Megabonk right now. And the game is just genuinely a banger. Megabonk is a Vampire Survivors-like, which for me is just straight up a genre of games that I don't enjoy. But even still,
you like Borotato, right, Nightshade dude?
Different. It's actually super well designed.
Yeah,
and
he pulled out of the Game Awards because he said he was not a
and somehow
not his first
Danny,
game,
which is unlikely. So I'll keep this brief. Danny is the biggest game dev YouTuber ever. His YouTube videos consistently pulled in millions of views. He also released Muck and Crab Game on Steam, and his unreleased game Carlson is still the 36th most wishlisted game on Steam, despite the fact that he disappeared from the internet 3 years ago, and now people believe he's back as Vedinad. But is that actually true? Well, my goal is to answer that in this video. We're gonna break down all of the evidence, the things we know to be fact, the speculation, and maybe even uncover the reasons as to why Danny would create a new game under an unknown alias. By the end of this video, I guarantee that you will be convinced that Vedinad is Danny. Let's start with listing all the evidence for it being Danny. First, Vedinad backwards is Danny Dev. Both are game developers from Norway. Vedinad could be using a VPN.
I played a lot of BAM Survivors on the phone.
Vedinad's Discord account was created the same day as the Megabonk Discord. But what does that mean? It indicates that his Discord account was made entirely for the purpose of creating the Megabonk Discord, which tells us that this Discord account isn't his main account. Focusing on the videos now, at this point, it is definitely still fair to say that those could all be coincidences. So, they have a very similar editing style. They also have similar verbiage in their videos. Maybe it's just me, but Vedinad seems to say things the same way Danny would. Similar thumbnail style. Danny likes to spam thumbnails with light blue backgrounds and use that same font with yellow text. Thumbnails also use the same assets. If you check the comments on Danny's recent videos, and all of Vedinad's videos, they all have 7 replies and 4 likes, indicating that it's the exact same image. You can also see the same eyes and the same health bar, and there's probably more differences that I haven't noticed, but you know, you get the point. They both use the same assets. Megabonk is the kind of game I could easily see Danny making. I think most people would agree. This is a very Danny-coded game. In Megabonk, the level up sound is also used in Muck. This could be a free sound, to be fair. I'm not 100% on that, but it's the exact same. It doesn't sound similar, it's the same. It's the exact same. Megabonk has the same movement tech from Danny's games, where in the air, if you move diagonally and slowly turn your mouse while spamming jump, you go way faster. Leading me to believe he probably just took the movement code from his game Carlson. Oh, you haven't heard of Carlson? Well, it's just a little game he's been working on. It's currently the 36th most wished game on Steam. And those are all the main points that people have found, and a few points that I personally have found as well. Keep in mind that there are probably things I've missed, or maybe new things that have come out after this video. I should mention that this video was spawned from a Reddit post on r/Danny that I happened to see when this guy realized that people actually think Vedinad is Danny, whereas he thought it was a joke this whole time. I just find his replies to be a bit pretentious, which angered me and brought out my inner fucking fedora wearing Reddit mod fucking persona, and I just wrote a whole essay, and I was like, oh, I can't quite say everything that I want to in this post, and it's already fucking massive, so that's why I'm making this video, so I can get everything that I'm thinking, everything that I have to say about this, all in one place. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. A common sentiment I see on this thread is how much people seem to underplay how rare it is for someone to be a highly skilled game developer and a good enough editor to pull off Danny's style. Like, that is a very uncommon skill set. Not impossible, but super uncommon. Now, there are a few things we can conclude from all these points. The most obvious conclusion, whether it's Danny or not, is that Vedinad is not some random dumbass. If it isn't Danny, then at the very least, it is definitely someone's Smurf account. He just popped up out of nowhere with really good editing and made an absolute banger of a game in only 1 year. No one's first game looks like that with that little development time. At the very least, they must have an Edge account with a ton of shitty games on it, but there's no links to anything like that, no Twitter or anything, which is incredibly sus, I can't lie. And trust me, this is something that I actually have insight on as a game developer myself. It's not impossible to create a game like this as your first game. Maybe he is just extremely talented or has experience in another field like 3D modeling, but to make a game like this in such a short time frame requires years of game dev experience. Inexperienced developers will just straight up take longer to create a game at this level of quality because they have to learn so much. Also, to pull this off, it requires incredibly good product management, which is a skill you can only learn from making a shit load of games. Now, there are 2 things that throw me off, and one is the voice. That is clearly not what Danny sounds like. And 2, why would Danny do this? But I'll answer those questions after this. Like I said at the beginning, I think there are 3 possible conclusions. We can forget about the possibility that it's just some random guy. There's just too much evidence against that for it to be the case. So, here are the 3 conclusions in order from most far-fetched to least, in my opinion. Vedinad is a Danny superfan who happens to be colorblind, who also happens to be from Norway, who also happens to be a really experienced video editor, who also happens to be a really experienced game developer, who saw an opportunity to maybe create a bit of buzz on social media by naming himself
hot dog
Danny
flavor
Dev
water
backwards, and put a lot of effort into meticulously copying every single aspect of Danny's video style down to the last detail, and drive a bunch of conspiracy theorists absolutely mental, like myself, and perhaps use this as a marketing strategy to create interest in his upcoming game, Megabonk. This is the closest conclusion to it being some random dude. If this is the case, then it is extremely fishy
It's quite genius
that Danny
if that
hasn't
was the
called
case.
out Vedinad on Twitter, or at least memed about it or something. Conclusion 2. It is a close friend of Danny's, who also happens to be from Norway. Bruh. Maybe in IRL, maybe it's just some online game dev friend of Danny's. They've been into game dev for a while and enjoy video editing. They've been asking Danny for advice on their upcoming game and getting tips from Danny himself. In fact, Danny has gotten a little more
I'm glad
involved,
that
sending Vedinad
I didn't go too far in that run because I really wanted a life skills dome.
And conclusion number 3,
It would have gotten a lot harder otherwise. That was very squishy.
You know how insane those other 2 conclusions are? It's bonkers. It's fucking bonkers. Laying it all out like that, I'm 100% convinced. In fact, it's just so obvious that I don't even know why I'm making this video. It's like making a video about how the sky is actually blue. Like, no fucking shit, no shit.
That
And if
sound
you still aren't
triggers me.
convinced and you think I'm tripping, then please let me know what information I'm missing, or perhaps you see some flaws in my logic. I'd like to hear your opinion. And to quickly address the voiceover in Vedinad's videos, it's most likely a friend of Danny's or some AI voice changer, which does throw a medium-sized spanner into the works. Hey, just gonna cut in here, this is me speaking a few days after the original voiceover. Since I first started this video, there has been much more evidence, much more conclusive evidence, in fact. Before, it was more of a dream cheating situation where there's no individual, concrete, conclusive evidence. Now it's just, it's over. It's Danny. We know now. I'm just gonna quickly go through this before we move on to the next section of this video. First of all, there is one real life shot in Vedinad's devlog. We have footage of Vedinad in Danny's apartment wearing Danny's hoodie, and as you can see, we can see these 2 sections line up perfectly. We also have footage of Vedinad owning Carlson in his Steam library, which is only possible if you're the creator or if the creator gives you a Steam key. I think it's more likely that it's just Danny, of course. We also do have Danny's voice in Vedinad's videos. So what we know now is that Danny has been using an AI voice changer for his videos, and there is one moment where he's making a joke where he has to cough, and I'm assuming the AI voice changer just completely fucks it. So Danny had to cough with his actual voice and speed it up so no one would notice, and actually, that did fool me. When I first watched it, I was like confused as to why it sounded so different from the voice, but you know, now it makes sense.
It's crazy that people are putting time into trying to.
Also, in this video of this guy exposing this, he also has an AI voice changer to like reverse AI voice changer back to Danny, and it sounds exactly like him. Like they speak the exact same. It's fucking Danny. Like, it's actually over. I was gonna have like this, I was gonna cut in and put this whole Occam's razor shit in here, but yeah, I don't have to. It's obviously Danny. Okay, but to keep going, I'm hoping by now you can start to see that Vedinad is pretty obviously Danny. The next question is, why did he do all of this? I have 2 probable answers. Let's start with the most boring and basic
like the conspiracy
answer that most people who know Danny are already
theory
thinking.
level of
Danny doesn't want the smoke
dedication.
for working on another game instead of Carlson.
Yeah.
Danny has stated that he physically can't get himself to work on Carlson. Now, this has been talked about to death, so I'm only going to touch on the unique stance that I have on this. Back when I first watched Danny's Carlson devlogs, I hadn't even been making games for more than a year, but now when I rewatch them with a more critical eye forged from experience, and having released my first game, there are some pretty big red flags in the way Danny goes about developing Carlson. I won't go into these red flags since I'm pretty sure most people watching this aren't game devs. Probably don't give much of a shit about the nitty-gritty of game dev. But I will say
so people are invested.
Carlson is Danny's second abandoned project. And if you see the game he's worked on up to that point, you can see Carlson is his highest scoped project. And it's clear, bro hasn't got enough experience to pull it off at that time, in my opinion. When you are building a game without thinking about the later stages of development, there will be a point in which the game becomes incredibly hard to finish without making massive compromises.
I also realized, like,
fact that Danny
The
is
game dev
unwilling
world,
to make those compromises.
there's a lot
because
going on,
Carlson
even in
is
software and
his
game
dream
dev
game,
Twitch.
which is a pretty big problem.
I've mostly been like hanging out in primes, right?
You want your
Which is
dream
just
game to be
mostly purely
absolutely
software.
perfect, or if not perfect,
And recently I've been hanging out with
incredibly good.
like game dev
And if you
people.
haven't thought about these later
There's
stages,
a lot going
you're
on.
gonna have to make some decisions you don't want to make, and then it
A lot
starts
of
becoming your
them
dream
know
game
each
at that
other.
point. It starts becoming just another game.
Who? I don't
If
know.
it was me, I'd literally just finish it any way I could. Get the bag. If it turns out mid, I'd just move on to the next game.
Who
to be
was
honest.
Venidad?
It's a pretty shit situation. If Danny doesn't make
Concerned
those
Ape?
compromises,
You thought
then he'll have
Concerned
to build
Ape was this
Carlson
game
again from
dev?
scratch. So either way, it's a lose-lose. If he finishes it and it's not the way he wants,
This is-
there would at least be room for Carlson too, right? That's probably the way I would go about
Yeah, oh,
things if I
Concerned
was
Dave
Danny.
give
But
Idol.
That's just me. I'm not as based.
Yeah, he is one of them,
sorta don't
but I
give a
feel
shit.
like it's more Toby
I
Fox.
don't know what it's like to have this kind of pressure Danny has, though. You got to keep in mind.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
also,
maybe
this is
Nightshade
all
Dude is
heavy
prime.
speculation from the limited amount of information I've seen from his devlogs. I've never
Yeah,
talked to Danny.
Toby
nor
Fox
do I
is
have
like
access
the
to
game dev
project
idol.
files. So it's really hard to know for
Like
sure
the
what
game
the
dev idol.
situation is. The second reason why Danny has created this new alias is that Danny is about to drop the biggest banger of a 69th video. How I deceived the entire fucking internet. Which is what I think is the more likely reason for this. It would be the perfect comeback video. Like, that's just straight fire right there. Probably a 1 out of 10 on the YouTube studio. If that is his plan, then fucking hell. You gotta take your hats off to the guy. That's insane. Another reason this could be the case could be found in this
No,
reply I
you
found
can't show
looking through
me.
Danny's Twitter. He says he's gonna release a video when he finishes the game he's working on,
Damn it.
which he indicates is soon. At the time, it would make perfect sense if he is talking about Megabonk here. And honestly, either way, if Vedinad isn't Danny, he has done an insane job at copying Danny. I don't know how to say it other than that.
Wait.
Like, if it isn't Danny, it's
Yeah,
just crazy.
that would be
It's just
amazing if they do
crazy.
that.
I'm gonna say 99.9% of the time, it's gonna be Danny. And if it is, well done to Danny. He's obviously been active, despite him not uploading.
Does Prime's wife know
Megabonk
about this
is a
picture? Is that why
massive jump
it's
in
such a
quality.
secret?
The improvement is clear to see. Because goddamn, Megabonk shits all over Muck and Crab Game. Like, actually insane improvement from the guy. He's clearly been working hard behind closed doors. And that's actually saying something, because Muck is actually a pretty good game. And Crab Game.
Oh yeah, Crab Game.
Now
that
there is a
was
0.1% chance I just
Game dev world
insulted
is
Danny
quite
there, but I
insane.
think it's way more likely that I just glazed the fuck out of him. If Vedinad isn't Danny, then I'm sorry, dude. He genuinely just got smoked by a
Maybe.
fake Danny. But in conclusion, I reckon he's about to drop an
Nightshade,
absolute
were you
banger
at
on
the
his
streamer
main channel
awards?
for his 69th video, or maybe he just likes the anonymity created by there being enough of a reasonable doubt for the masses. I mean, the only people
Not
who
a
would ever
lady?
really figure this shit out are the minority
Prove
of
it.
random acoustic brain rot cunts on the internet. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more of my shit. I guarantee I'll be dropping some banger content on here soon. Like, trust me.
Wow,
It's looking pretty
level
sick,
9.
I can't lie. But either way, I'll catch you guys next time.
The only reason Botrix is still alive is because the first bot I used, and it keeps track of everyone's, the leaderboard and everything. All right, music. Right. How's work been, Nori? Busy? Damn. Before the new year? Yeah. Things kind of, I wouldn't say slowed down. It's just that I kind of sprinted. So, like, I got a bit more, get to be a bit more chill lately. But yeah, I was leading a big compliance effort so that we can go live with a trading product, like a stock exchange kind of product. And we got really far. I mean, like around 98, 99% compliance. So no one's gonna really be on my ass anymore. Quantity tome. Stonks. Yeah, I'm looking back, I'm glad I went through all of that and got the experience and working with the auditors. They're like big 4 level type of auditor that we contracted. Oh no, I don't have double jump. Oh, I'm fine. And they work with other brokerages. They work with the regulators. So I got to get like an inside scoop on the mentality of the regulators when they're like going to be looking at the results. What will make them look the other way. How to talk to them in a way that won't get us in trouble. It's neat. Well, now I know what it takes, what controls need to be in place to get an exchange that can be for public use. No! Greasing palms, yeah. Lightning staff. Projectile count. I don't want lightning staff. Damage to elites. Magnet. I don't want sword. Bounce. Revolver. Sniper? Sniper. What do you say? No, you don't know my kind. Dark necessities are part of my design. Bar gear. Lifesteal. Revolver. Okay. Behind me there's a shrine. How do I get there? Okay. Elite spawn, shield, luck. And the auditors really went out of their way. I would have liked this. Let's try to make the money for this. Well, out of scope. Luck tome, yes. But man, I would not want to work with these like KPMG Big Four consulting companies. These guys work insane hours. Their whole life is like work. Oh, I have lifesteal, right? Yeah, I should be good. Now I have lifesteal, luck, quantity, and armor. Why did I choose armor? I wanted precision. It's okay. Okay, the armor is good too. They work insane hours. They casually say that they'll just work the weekends. It's just like part of like their life. No, motherfucker! No! It's wild. And they're on that partner grind, which I don't understand. I want to find my way out of not being in corporate, where they're like, I don't know. Pretty much pre-IPO. Ooh, that's rough, man. All this consultant work. Just a co-working stream right now. Bone. Flame Walker? I don't know. Axe is better. No, let's get shield. No, yeah, let's get shield. Okay. Okay, where do I go? Let's go straight ahead. So Nori's like, oh no! I'm sorry, Nori! I pressed the wrong button. How do I on timeout? Fuck. Fuck. Oh, okay, thank you. I was supposed to press that. Nori's a good time. You didn't say no. I was supposed to press the shout out button. It's just right next to the 5-minute timeout button. Which I never use, so I should remove that. Gum you no. I don't know. Alright, fine. Wait, let me... No, it's not Twitch, it's my chat arena. So here's a shout out button. Here's a 5-minute button. 5-minute timeout. There you go. First timeout ever? What? No, you... A lot of the channels I frequent, I get banned at least once per stream. No need for a button when you can mostly lurk, yeah. Unless it's friends. HP regen. Yeah. No! What the fuck? Why did I press that button? We're not good with buttons today. Oh. Bum 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 ba da 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 Mist, hello souls. What's cooking? Mist or beast? Me? Thorns. Duration. Thorns. You are Moy? Moy? Oh, Moy. I heard you got unbanned off of a friend's Discord yesterday. You had to rejoin? Yeah. Luck, power up multiplier. Luck. Suck. Yes. But yeah, so you need to be aware of when the manic hits and just like cool off of interacting with the internet, you know? Max XP, 5 luck. Dice is nice. And also when you're in that state of mind, any stimulus that comes your way puts you on many different tangents. So being in front of a screen is just not healthy. Damage. That was crazy. You just go on autopilot? Yeah. Well, I'm surprised you can like freaking play rhythm. Even you and Alyssa. How the hell do you manage to play these rhythm-based games? Like Alyssa plays like the Miku game. You're telling me you're impressed? You're playing drums and reading chat at the same time. Projectile count. Luck. Movement speed. Oh. Wait, what is this song? You hit when you see something. The Minecraft Kelly? No. This is the first time I'm hearing this Eminem song. Yeah, with the new game it's a little tough, but when I have some time put into a game, it's not that. No. Spawn increase, attack speed. Bullet hell. No. Projectile count. Damn it. Luck. Yes, souls. Do whatever you want. Whatever brings you happiness. No! Do it right now. No! Pain. Pain and suffering. Bruh, am I gonna be able to finish? Three hours, 24 minutes. It's okay. It's a weekend for me. What did you pick back up? Cult of the... I want to play that game. It's hard? Oh. Maybe not. Damage tome. It's really hard. Oh. There's like Twitch integrations for that game. Like chat can interact with whatever's happening. From what I know. I haven't seen gameplay. I just like... I have it installed. And I booted it up, but I never played it because this was... Shield knockback. At the time my laptop was having issues, like it was filled with Atlas here. Not good at roguelites. Neither. I didn't like roguelites. Like games like this, that magic, this Balatro, Binding of Isaac. I just didn't like it, but I never. But that was mostly because I didn't like dying. I didn't like losing so early. But then I played what is this? Jump. Yeah, I hate losing. Yeah, after I played Hollow Knight, even Hades, I didn't like it, but Hades was one of the first games I started streaming. Once you hit it. But after I played Hollow Knight, it kind of like built that resistance to, like, you know, you gotta die to get you good. And that as well. Souls likes painful. But I need to get into it again. Like I tried playing, what's this game? Elden Ring, and it was rough, man. it was just. I don't think it can work that way. Maybe just a normal YouTube link instead of the music YouTube link, Cash Machina. You had to keep it cool, yeah. So I need to like work my way up slowly. Jackie won. Yeah, heart palpitations. Lifesteal, luck. Oh, chest. Shall we listen to some 50 Cent? I'm feeling 50 Cent. After, to celebrate his documentary. In the middle of Kingdom Come 2. Oh yeah, you've been playing that game a bit. How do you like it? I don't know anything about that game. And usually when I'm watching a streamer, I'm not really paying attention to what they're doing. I'm just talking to the streamer. I'm more into personalities than what's actually going on. Yeah, you've been playing for a while. Jesus. No! No! Fuck. This is not gonna go well for me. What am I doing to myself? What did I do right? Not a Mega Bong Day, yeah. Of Czech Republic. Mew mew. Crit damage, HP regen, crit damage. Oh, it's gonna win. It came this year? It's new? Luck. Worth it. When is Game Awards? It's today, right? What was that announcement Jonathan Blow was talking about? I don't think it started yet. I just saw tweets here and there. I don't know what exactly he wanted to announce. First, a Jai based game. Oh. Damage to elites, jump height. Damage to elites. Damn. Jai is not open, right? Jai is not an open source. Not open source. You have to request it. Is it going to be free? Okay. You played the first? I want to play the Half-Life game, all of them. I only played Alex, the VR one. I played the Portal games and I loved it. Too scary? Oh no! Oh, but then Alex would be even scarier. Imagine like those things jumping at your face in VR. Those like little crab-like things. The travelers. Text-based. Oh, interesting. Farmer, yeah. I got that game too. I want to play it down the road. There's so many things in my library, but I think I'll get back to exploring more after I get tired of Mega Bonk and after I'm done with my Rust journey. I think it's more Python than JavaScript. The farmer was replaced, I believe. Nori's not a dev, Nil Pointer. This is bro said Python and Rust is banned this day. Extra jump projectile cock. No, 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 no. Fuck. And YouTube stuff. What? That's what the actor in this. Never even. After YouTube, be able to do this. You just need to have the motivation. Have you guys seen the show You? Lifestyle Extra Jump. Lifestyle Extra Jump. Bruh, I could do whatever. Like that guy, he works at the library. Like he works at the library, he does all of this crazy stuff, but like I could do all of that. I just don't have the motivation. It's very doable. It's like I haven't, you know, been obsessed with a girl enough to go through such lengths either. Yeah, he does more than, but like, you know, there's just could be me. Damn it! No! No! Boys, I'm gonna call it. Today's painful. A real serial killer? I even like was that show where they do interviews, like they have characters based make Mindhunter. That was a good show.